Welcome to the course of Microsoft Word, or known as MS Word. So in this course we're going to show you about the basics of Microsoft Word. So firstly we're going to know what Microsoft Word is. In this modern age, most of you know that what Microsoft Word is. So Microsoft Word is a word processing program that allows for the creation of both simple and complex documents. So, what are the 5 uses of Microsoft Word? Just some of them. There are more, but most of it is creating documents such as brochures, letters, learning activities, quizzes and tests, students' homework assignment, and etc. So, what is the importance of Microsoft Word? Microsoft Word offers you specialized tools for designing your document in different ways. Perform spellings and language structure check to produce standard and mistake-free document, and assemble thesaurus for finding proper equivalent words to replace and repetitive word phrases. Word count include for statistical words or sentences. Okay, so what MS Word an example is. An example of Microsoft Word is application software that allows you to create, edit, and save any document. Well, we already know that. So there are several types of Microsoft Word versions. There might be 2019, Office 365, like 2016, 13, 10, 2007, 3, 2, and then later on, because those are gets old and old. But most of you should prefer 2019, 18, or 365, which was released in 2016, because you get more of the tools in those versions. So now we're gonna know about the main functions of Microsoft Word, or MS Word. So the main functions of MS Words are planning function, organizing function, leading function, and controlling function. Well, these are basically the main functions of MS Word or Microsoft Word. So without these, you might not want to use MS Word. Okay, so now let's just get started. So when we open up Microsoft Word or MS Word, you can see that this interface opens up. Make sure to use MS Word, the newer versions of them. An example, I'm still using Office 365, which is quite used in a lot of places, and most people does use it. So keep sure to keep it updated and use the newer versions. You can also use 18, 22, and 19 too, because these newer versions contain a lot of new tools and a lot more facilities, and does make the work more easier because of the new commands and new functions. So first off, as this is the first lesson, so I'm gonna show you the basics, or the tools, and how these ribbons and how this tab works. So let's start off with the file tab, or the file ribbon. So take your mouse right over to the file and then click on with your left mouse key. After you go to file tab or file ribbon, you can see that this type of interface opens up. You can see when you press on home, or it will default just go on home. So in home you can see that there are some default templates and a blank document. So what are templates? So templates are those type of documents or pages where it already contains pre-built themes or maybe modifications. When you open up a blank document, or maybe just when you open up Microsoft, you get this blank document. But when you click on a pre-built theme or a pre-built template or a document, it will contain some modification. In example, you can see that there are some modifications or customizations. So you can click on this to make another new document where you can work on, and you can also select any of these default themes or templates. Under there you can see that there are two options called recent and pinned. So the recent worked document where you worked on recently. An example, you can see that I've worked on this document 5 minutes ago, so it will just show up here. So the recent documents, whichever I have, it will pop up right over here, and the pinned documents will appear right here. An example, let me show you how you can pin this. You can see that there's an icon. When you click on it, it will be pinned, and when you go to pinned, you can see that there is a pinned document. It helps you to like save, or maybe like keep it on a different place, and you can just easily find it. An example, let me pin another one, or maybe just unpin them. Now you can see that both of them are pinned, and you can also unpin them just by clicking on the same icon, and they will disappear from here. Now let's go to the new tab. In new, you can see that when you go down, there will be a lot of themes or templates to select from. Well, these are also the same pre-built templates. You can just click on them and they will have pre-built themes or templates on it. You don't have to like edit them manually from scratch. An example, if you want to select any of them, if you think that you liked any of them, an example, I have this here, restaurant brochure. Now I can just select on it, just click on your left mouse key, drag your mouse over it, and then after you click it, this will show you a bit of a preview. If you want to open it or start working on it, you can just press on create. Let me show you how you're gonna do it. Just press on create, and it will take some time, and you can see that it's a pre-built theme, and you can just add your data right over here by just clicking on it, and you don't have to work extra for making the theme from scratch or template from scratch. Now let's start off with this search bar and suggested searches. If you're searching for something, an example, let me search for something green. I want something green. Just type on here and then press on this search setting or start engine, or you can just press enter. It will do the same thing. It will just start searching. And as I want something green, you can see that all of the templates or the themes related to green appear right over here, and you can select any of them you want just by doing the same thing. Just drag your mouse right over it and just click it with your left mouse key and just press on create. If you want a preview, it will give you a small preview right over here that how it will look. Now let's go back, and if you need something more rated, overrated, it will just appear right over here. An example, business cards, flyers, letters, education, resumes, and cover letters, holiday. An example, if you want education, just press on it, and then all of the templates or themes according or related to education will appear right over here, and then just click on it and then start working. You don't have to like do it manually and waste a lot of labor. But if you want to make it customized by yourself and modify it yourself, you can also do it start from scratch. Now let's go to open. When you click on open, you can see that there are a lot of options. Well, these are the same for all of the Microsoft Suite programs or Office programs. You can see that recent, OneDrive, this PC, add a place, and browse. So recent, I've talked about this. Well, the recent work appears right here, while the pinned files just appear on the pinned. And you can see that there are also folders you can select from. Then you have this option called OneDrive Personal. Well, OneDrive is a cloud drive for Microsoft Word or Microsoft Office. Okay, you can just upload any of your files you want to upload here, and then you can work on that document or whatever file it is from anywhere in the world, from any tech device you're working on. You just need a PC, and you need to be signed in on the Google account or your Microsoft account. Now let's go to this PC. When you go to this PC, you can see that there are a lot of files to select your document from. So select whichever file your document is on, and then just click it, and then you can see that there might be options or where your document is. I don't have any file or document here, so it doesn't appear right here. You can also add place by OneDrive or OneDrive for Business. Just select whichever one you prefer. If it's for business, just click on business, and if it's just basic use or your personal use, just select on OneDrive, and this will do the same thing for you, and it won't like cause any problem. And the last one is the most used one, which is the browse. So when you click on this browse, you can see that this interface opens up. So you can just select your document or open up your document from your PC wherever it is. Just you have to remember where it is, which drive, which file it is, and then just click on wherever the document it is, and then just press open, and it will open right up. So now we have done all three of these. Now you can have info, save as, history, print, share, export, and close. Well, all of these do just as they say. Info has all of the information. You can also like protect your document, check for issues, and manage your document right from here, and also see the properties. If you just save, it will just save your document, and save as will save it or make you save it whichever format you want to save it as. History is just for history, what work you did, and whichever document you have, it will show you right up, but as it is a new one, so it won't show any history right over here. Then you have print. You can print your document or page however you want. From share, you can share your document, like share with people, email, present online, post to blog. Well, I will go all through these later on, but so let's just skip it, or let me show it. You can email it however you want, XPS, PDF, present online. You can also present it online and also post it on your blog. Well, these are like new functions or new facilities that belong to the newer versions of Microsoft Office. So make sure to update your Microsoft Office or download a newer version of it. And now you can see that there is also an option called export. Well, you can export or create your document as PDF or XPS. I prefer PDF because XPS is quite old. You can also change your file type, which is also changing the format. You can change it plain text, rich text format, save as another type of file, single file, web page, all of them. It will just appear right here, and then just click on it and then just press save as, and it will save as whichever type or whichever format you want to save it as. After you're all done, just press on close, and it will take you right to the document. And under there you can see that there are three more options, which is account, feedback, and options. Well, these belong to all of them. It's your account, feedback, and there are options where you can modify your workspace. Well, I don't need any of that now, so I'm just gonna go to this blank document again and then show you the basics. As we're done with the file tab, now I'm gonna show you the home tab, where this is where clipboards, font, paragraph, styles, and editing. So the basic texting formats belong to this home tab, and also cut, copy, paste, and all of it. So here you also have insert, design, layout, reference, mailings, review, view, and help. Well, I will all go through all of them one by one, so stay tuned. And you have this autosave option right over here, and you can also see that there's a save option, undo, redo, and this is an option which is new blank document, and this is print. Okay, yeah, and you can also see that there is a tray right over here. You can see also there are more commands right here, like a lot of them, and more commands. Just press on it and the options interface opens up. You also have this search bar. If you don't think that you're getting, or you can find a command or a tool, just search on it. An example, replace, which I searched, just search here and it will show you right up if you have it in your Microsoft Word or Office. You can see your account, and this is also a tool called ribbon display option. Well, you can hide your ribbon, auto hide, show tab, and show tabs, and also commands. If you hide your ribbon, you can see that your ribbon is hidden, and if you click it again, it won't hide your ribbon. Or just show tabs, it will show it up. Show tabs and commands, it will show it up. Well, this is the interface of Microsoft Word. So as all the basics are done, now let's move on with the first lesson. So now the first lesson will be opening or creating a Word document. Okay, so we're starting from scratch. So the first thing what you're gonna do is just click on here with your right mouse key or go to new, and then you can see that your Microsoft Office softwares will appear right up. Or you can also go to home and then click on from here, whichever one you want. Now we can also do it from here, so I'm just gonna do it from here and then open it up. When you open Microsoft Office or Microsoft Word, you can see that this interface opens up. You can also create new documents from here. But when you open up Microsoft Word, you will see that default it just opens up a new document, or when you create one it will just make a new document. But if you don't want like a new document, like make it from scratch or make a new Microsoft Word, so what we're gonna do first is just go to files, click on new, and then create whichever one we want. If we want a blank document, just click on blank, it will create a new document. You can also create it from here. You see this icon here, just at the top, just click on it, it will create another document. You can see that this is document 2, and there is also a keyboard shortcut key which is Ctrl+N, which also appears right over here. So I'm not gonna click this, but instead I'm just gonna press Ctrl+N, and you can see that another document has been opened up. Well, obviously when you're working you obviously need a new document, or in case you need to work on a different, or maybe start from a new one. So obviously you're gonna need a document, so just create it from here, or maybe go to file, click on this blank document, or just go to new and then create a blank document, which is also the same. If you want templates, just select from anyone you want and then just press on create. Let me start off with this, create, and this will open up your new document, which you can see is document 4. And then as this is a pre-built one, you can just add in your data here, delete it. An example, I want it to be name, or maybe as this is a time one, so let me just, okay, let's put on a name, as this is also a name, Sarah. And here you can also add in wherever you want, you can change it. You can also change the colors of it, like you can see that this is red now, you can just change it however you want it to be. And another one I'm going to show you is clicking on suggested, or maybe searching one. Let's start off with something purple. I want something purple. Okay, let's start off with something like related to nature. Enter, and you can see that there will be a lot of templates, or maybe some. I need this one, so I'm gonna just click on it, and you can see the preview right over here. So just press on create, and this will just create you a new one. Well, this is really easy, so just maybe try it and you will get it. Let's move on to the next lesson. Welcome back to the course again. Now what we're gonna learn about is adding in a template and customizing it or modifying it. So as I've shown you the same thing for the past 2 lessons, but yet I'm gonna show you how you're gonna do it. Take it as a practice, okay? So what we're gonna do first to add in a template is to not go to insert, but instead what we're gonna do is go to files. But if you think that like you're confused, where am I gonna put a template from or add a template from, you can also search it from here. Well, template helps you to reduce like a lot of time and a lot of labor. Well, an example, there is a work and you have to like do it with a lot of presentation, with a lot of modification, and you don't want to waste a lot of time in case you don't have a lot of time, but you need a lot of modifications. So just use a template then. Okay, so you can also search it from here, template. Okay, new from template, it will just take you to new, and you can select whichever one you want. But the easier method is just go to file, go to new, and this will show you all the templates you can use from. Or if you don't want any of these default ones, just go to the search bar and search whichever type of template you want, and then just press on search, and it will search you the like related type of template you're working on, or what type of template you want to work on. An example, let me show you again, let it be numbers. Okay, so as you can see that there are a lot of templates to select from. An example, I want this because this looks a bit more creative. But if you want more like accounting type of thing, like data entry, or like this with a table, just select on whichever one you prefer. And okay, let's try this, and then just press create. Well, this is a raffle. Well, just add in your data. Well, this is how you're gonna edit your template. Well, you can also make templates of your own. You can do it. And when when you use one template, it will appear right over here. Or you can also pin them by going to new and then just pin whichever template you want to save from, and you can also use it later on. You don't have to search, just select on this pinned templates and you will be able to use it. If you want to unpin it, just unpin this and this might disappear from this new tab, and what you have to do is just search on this template thing again and then you will get them. Another thing which you can do is search for templates online and download it from there. An example, what we're gonna do is just go to File, New, and then go down. When you can see this, just search on this, or maybe just go to Microsoft Office Store and then download your template. This will also help you a lot. If you think that the type of template you want is not here, just go to Microsoft Office Store and you can download and use any of the templates you want to use from. And about the editing, just click on whichever type or whichever place you want to edit from, and then just add in your data or add in your text, or you can also add in photos and a lot of things. So if you got it, now let's move on to the next lesson. Welcome back to the course again. So in this lesson we're going to learn about navigation and selection of text in Microsoft Word. So when you're working on Microsoft Word, obviously navigation and selection of text is like really important. So navigation works, in example, like you have to go down, you have to go up, and if it's depending on the cursor, you have to go left and right, up and down, right, and then selection of text. So let's start with navigation. When you want to go down, you can see that this bar right here, you can just hold it with your left mouse key and then just go down and up. You can't go left and right, but if you have it like zoomed in, you can go left and right now. Okay, just zoom out, or maybe go left and right, because this bar appears up. When you zoom in, you will see that that bar will appear right up. Okay, let it be like this. Okay, you can also use your scroll bar to go up and down. An example, you can see that now I'm gonna scroll it down with my scroll key, and this will go down. If you want to go up again, just scroll it up again and it will go right up. You can also use your arrow keys, but it will take some time, but it will still get you at the bottom or at the top or wherever you want to go. Okay, now you can also directly go to the end of the text. Okay, when you press Ctrl plus N, not this one but Ctrl plus N, it will take you right down, or when you click on page down, it will also take you to the take you at the bottom. If you click on page up, it will take you up there. This is also used for navigation. You can go left and right, so you want to select your text right, or maybe move your cursor. You can just select with your mouse pointer key or your cursor, select on wherever you want to keep your cursor on, then just click it with your left mouse key. An example, I wanted to end it or put it at the end of Japan, or maybe at E here. So I'm just gonna take my mouse over here and then just click it with my left mouse key, and you can see that the cursor just appeared right over there. If you want to use your keyboard, just use your arrow keys. I'm gonna go left with my left arrow key and right with the right arrow key. If you want to go down, just hold your down arrow key and it will take you down. If you hold your up arrow key, it will take you up. Now let's learn about selection of text or selecting text. So selecting text is quite a lot important because you might want to add in, or maybe like formatting your text, okay, and use a lot of tools. So you can't add in or like format your text without selecting your text, because it depends on the reference, right? You have to select whichever text or whichever data you want to format. So to select your text, just there are 2 or 3 options. So let's start off with the easy ones. If you want to select your text, firstly what you'll have to do is drag your mouse to the text and then drag it right over the text by holding onto your left mouse key. Okay, I clicked it and now I'm just gonna drag it right over the text. Now you can see that the text or the whole sentence has been selected. If you want to select a single text, you can also do it, but you can, when you double click on it, and it will like select the text or select the word. But if you want to select the whole paragraph, but just fast, not like dragging it, but like super fast. So what we're gonna do is just click on a text in a paragraph like 3 times, and it will select the whole text or the whole paragraph, and you don't have to worry about it. Another way of selecting text with your keyboard is take your cursor to the like end of the text or first of the text or whichever text you want to start from selecting. And so what I'm gonna do first is hold on to your shift key. It depends, like it doesn't matter which shift key you're using, left or right, but just hold on to your shift key and then use your arrow key. As I have my text on the left side and up, so I'm just gonna hold left arrow key, and you can see that the text are being selected, but you can see that the mouse cursor is down there. I'm not using the mouse. So now I'm just gonna go up, and you can see that the text has been selected. You can also select like single alphabets too by using this arrow key. You can also do it with your mouse, but it's more easier with the keyboard. So you can do it really easy, right? All is selected. And if you want to select like everything in your document, just take it right over here, Control A, and it will select everything. So this is a keyboard shortcut which you can use to select all of the text or all of the data you have in your document. It doesn't matter if it's a photo or a chart or an icon, everything you have in the document will be selected. So as we're done here, let's move on to the next lesson. So in this lesson we're going to learn about the most basic or the easiest steps in any Microsoft or any software which you're going to use. An example, Microsoft Offices. So they will be cut, copy, paste, undo, redo, and in addition I'm going to also show you Format Painter. So you can see that in Home tab you see all of the options or all of the tools right over here. There are 3 of them, and anywhere you go you can also always see the undo and redo, but you might see that they are grayed out and those are not usable yet. So they will be usable after you edit or start editing your text. An example is G, okay, and you want to delete it but you want to undo it. You can see that how undo works, because those are the basics. Even like small kids can do that, but I'm gonna show you all of them one by one. So first off, I'm gonna start off by copying, and all of these methods or all of these steps can be done in various methods. An example, keyboard and your mouse, and also several tools. So first off, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna copy your text. Let's start off by adding a text, okay, like dogs are cute. Not bad. Okay, you can see that I have a sentence here, and what I'm gonna do is copy this and paste it. So there are 2 or 3 steps or 3 methods how you can copy this. So first off, what we're gonna do is select the text. I've shown you how you're gonna select the text in the previous lesson. So after you select the text, what you can do is just copy it from here. You can see that there is a button called copy in your home tab, but if you go to another one, it's not gonna appear. But in home, you have this option called copy. So just click on this, and what I'm gonna do is just paste it. You can see that there is also an option called paste, just to see if it works. Okay, you've seen it that it works, right? So the keyboard option or the shortcut for paste is Control plus V. You can see it right over here as this is copied. So this worked. Okay, so there is also another method how you can copy your text. So let's start off by adding a text first. Cats have 9 lives. So I'm gonna copy this text. So now I'm gonna select the text by the keyboard, okay, using the keyboard shift and the arrow key, and now you can see that this has been selected, not copied. Now what I'm gonna do is copy this using the keyboard, which is Control plus C. Control C. I've pressed it. Now I'm just gonna go to the next line and then just press Control plus V to paste it. Now you can see that this has been pasted. Okay. Another method for copying your text is by selecting it, then hold or click on your right mouse key. Okay. And now you can also see that this interface opens up, and you can also copy it from here. Then Control V, or however you want to paste it. Also pasting, and so you can also paste it by using your right mouse key and then just paste it. You can see that there are like 4 of them. Just select whichever one seems preferable and then just paste it. Okay, so this is how you can copy and paste. Now let's move on how you can cut them. Well, this is also like quite similar, but let's start off by adding a text first. I need ice cream. Okay, now I'm gonna select the text first and then use this method first, cut, and then I'm just gonna paste it by Control V or paste, and you can see that this has appeared right up. Okay, I'm gonna cut it again by using the shortcut key, which is Control plus X. Okay, you can also see it from here if you don't remember it. So Control plus X, and again paste it by Control V, or your mouse from here paste it, or just paste it from here. Okay, you can paste it however you want it to. You can also cut it from here, also the same, that these options appear like in a lot of places. So just cut it and then paste it. You can also paste it by using this paste option or Control plus X, and when you click on this arrow, down arrow key, you can see that 4 of these options appear up. One of them is keep source formatting, so every of the formatting will be kept. This is merge formatting, it will merge it. Picture, like you can paste pictures, and then you can only keep text. Even if you have a picture, it's only gonna keep your text. Now I'm gonna show you about Format Painter. Okay, well, if you know about or used this Format Painter or used Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or Excel, not Excel but PowerPoint, you might know about it. So let's show you first that how it works. Well, it actually selects the text or the format. An example, let's just do with text. It just selects the text and it scans or copies or imitates every formatting done on it and does the same thing back on the next text. Okay, so let's start off with this one, which is gonna be, okay, let's do ice cream again. Okay, let it be ice cream, but here what I'm gonna do is make it 14 and then change the color to, let's say, orange. Okay, and then I'm gonna add in a style. Okay, let's start by, or let's just do a font. An example, you can see that there is a font applied. Okay, now what I'm going to do is use Format Painter, click on it, and you can see that your cursor will turn into a brush. Now what I'm going to do is just select it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is paste it right over here. Okay, what I'm going to do is select the text, paste it right over here. I'm going to do it again. Select it. This is selected. Now I'm going to do is just paste it, and you can see that this has turned into the same thing, right? Let's do it again. You can also do it individually with every alphabet. Let's just change the font a bit more. Algerian. Okay, now there's like a lot of difference. Let's do another word. An example, chihuahua. Okay, let's do with a fox. Now what I'm going to do is select the text first, and then I'm going to do Format Painter. Now what I'm going to do is just change the X. My bad. You can see that this has turned into the same thing, but this was not orange. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is select on it again, keep it orange, Format Painter, and you can see that this has turned into the same thing. So it just copies whichever formatting it is, or however the formatting is, and then just pastes it by using the brush. But after you're done with the brush or selecting the text, it's just gonna disappear and it's not gonna work. So what we're gonna do again is just select the text or the formatting it has, and then just click on Format Painter again, and then just brush it over the text or wherever you want to apply it on, and this will appear right up. So these are the basics, or the most easiest. And what you have is undo, right? So you can also undo it by just clicking on here, which is always on the top of this ribbon. So when you press on this, it will undo the process. Or you can also press Control plus Z, Control Z or Z, and you can see that this has undone the process or the command. But if you redo it, it's just gonna redo it back. So this is how you can redo it. Click on here, or just press Control plus Y, and it will redo the process. So Control plus Z and Control plus Y. Control plus Z for undo, and Control plus Y for redo. So now let's move on to the next lesson. Hello again. In this lesson we're going to learn about how we can find a text or a word, and we're going to replace them, or how you can do that. So we know how finding is kind of tough when it's a really big document or a really big project, or maybe even like an example I have here is a paragraph on Sakura. So in case you have something, or there is a word which you don't want it to be, or maybe like if you're in college or maybe in varsity, and your teacher says that you can't use that word, but you have to change it or change the synonym like for that word. Okay, and now it's a really big document, and now you can't just do it like, or you might even do it like individually selecting the text or selecting the word again and cutting it and then changing it again and again individually, which will take like a lot of time, and at a point you will get like super frustrated and stressed. So don't worry about that. You don't want to do it because obviously that is like super frustrating. So don't worry, because Microsoft Word has got you and has the perfect tool for that. Okay, so as we're gonna learn about that, finding and replacing. So in the Home tab at the right corner, you can see that there are two options called Find and Replace, and there is also an option called Select. but we learned about how we're gonna select, or we can select text, so we don't have to worry about that. It's just the same. So we're gonna learn about just find and replace and how we can do that. So obviously there are two ways, which is the keyboard method and the mouse method, or like selecting the tool and then doing it. So firstly, what we're gonna learn about is finding a text. So if you want to find a text, what you can do is use the tool from the home tab. It's not gonna appear up in any of those tabs or ribbons, just in home, okay? Or you can just search it if you can't find it, okay? So what we're gonna do is just click on this find, or press on this arrow key, which is find. After clicking on this arrow key, you can see that there is an option called find and advanced find. So like advanced find is just gonna open up an interface. So let's start off with find first and then go to advanced find. So when you click on find, you can see that there is a pop-up or an interface. So when you select on this search, you can just click on the text which you want to search. In an example, we're gonna search for just for, okay? Now you can see that there are like 5 times for is used, like for, and also like, so let's start with another thing, which is not a, but let's start with flower. Okay, when you search it, it will just automatically, like, you know, it will automatically highlight the text which you're searching for. Let's do human. It only has one. Now we're gonna search for tradition. Okay, there are 2 results, which is tradition, both of them. And ignore these highlighted ones because these are not highlighted. These are just marked, that's it. But you can see the difference between them. You can see this is like a lot brighter, but this is not that bright. Okay, so this is how you can find it. You can also search from pages and headings. Another way of finding text is using the keyboard method or the shortcut key, which is Control plus F. And you can see that the same pop-up or the same interface opens up on the left side of your Microsoft Word. You can cut it, or you can like extend or shorten the size. It's totally doable. Now let's cut it. Now what we're gonna do is, as we learned about find, now what we're gonna do is start finding or start doing replace. So how are we gonna do the replace? So what we're gonna do first is using the tool, right? Stay on home and just click on replace. So when you select replace, it's just gonna open up this interface. Or when you also select on find and advanced find, this will also show you the same one. Okay, you can just search from here however you want to. So as we see that we're done with find, now what we're gonna do is replace. Now what I'm gonna do is an example. You saw that there are 5 fours, right? So what I'm gonna do is search for for and then replace it for width. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is replace all. You can see that there might be no for. Okay, width, which was 4. Now what we're gonna do is search for it again, search for 4, and you can see that there are no matches, right? Now what we're gonna do is change it back again. So let's just take it here for an instance, just to see, or like, so you can notice the difference, or like if it changed or not. Let's start with width and then replace it with 4. Click, like, see this. Now what I'm gonna do is replace all. You can obviously see that there was a difference, and you can see that it was width here, but it turned into 4. Okay, now what we can do is also change a lot of things. You can just change it again and again, but not at the same time, not all of the words at the same time. Just click on Sakura, Now what I'm gonna do is Lily. So you will see that Sakura will change into Lily. But obviously lily is not a Japanese term from cherry blossom trees. Okay, so as we're done with find and replace, now let's just move on to the next lesson. As we've seen find replace tools, how we can use it, and cut copy paste in the previous lessons. So in this lesson what we're going to learn about is formatting text and paragraph. So in this lesson we're going to learn about changing the font, changing the style, font color, text size, text highlight color, and changing the case. You will see these right here, and we might also add some other ones, okay, which might be bold, italic, underline, then which is also strike through, and then sub and superscript, okay. And you can also see that there is an option called text effect, which we will go on use it later in the course. So let's start off by changing the font or changing the size. Okay, so first off we're gonna just do fonts. Okay, so first off what we're gonna do is changing the font, or what font is. So font is the face or the structure, or like how the font looks like. As you can see that the font is like basic, and if you change it, you will see that there is a difference, right? So these are called fonts. Okay, so how are you gonna change the font style? So it's the same. What we're gonna do is select the text first, or select which part we want to change the font for. So select the selected desired text, and then you can see, if you keep your mouse right here, a box opens up, right? You can change your font from here or also from here. Both is doable. Just do it either from here, or you can also press your right mouse key and then change it from here. So I'm gonna do it from here, so select the ones you desire. An example, I want it to be like this, Berlin Sans FB Demi, and now you can see that the font has been changed to my desired font style. You can also change the color. That is also doable. It's also the same. What you have to do first is select the text first, and then change the color from here or from here. Okay, like here, my bad. So this is also named font color. Drop it down and then select whichever one you want, whichever one you prefer, or you can also select from standard colors. But if you see that you don't have the desired color right here, and you want to add in a text, or maybe the accurate number of a color, so what we're gonna do is just click on more colors and then select from whichever one you want, or you can also go to custom and then select the RGB, or maybe even put your hex code, the color of your hex code, and then you can just use it and just press OK, and this will be applied. Okay, but I'm gonna cut it because I don't want it from there. I'm just gonna select from any of these, and you also have this option called gradient, which is like a shade. When you just select one, let me show you how it works. As I've selected it, now I can put on gradient, but not right now. I will put it later on because this is a basic course. So as I've changed the color, you can see the difference. This looks a bit better, right? So next thing which we're gonna do is change the font size. Okay, so to change the font size, obviously you'll have to select the text. Now what I'm want to do is just change the size of this word lily, even though the paragraph is not about lily, but I'm gonna change the font, right? So just select the font or select this text, and then you can change it from here. Let me show you from here, and you will see the preview. But if I drag the mouse out, you will see that no difference is made. So obviously you'll have to select it by using selecting or pressing your left mouse key. I want it to be like this, so I'm just gonna press my left mouse key, and now you can see that the word has changed the size. Okay, you can also change it from, let me change this to, I'm gonna do it from here now. So what I'm gonna do is select whichever one I want, and you can see that Japanese and Lily are now different sized. Okay, the next thing which I'm gonna show you is text highlight color. Okay, so what is highlight? Obviously that's highlighting a text so that it's more noticeable, right? So if you want to highlight a text, what we will do is select the text again. An example, let's just do flower for a week or two, like the last sentence. You can highlight it from here. You can see that this icon, which is also for highlighting. So just select on, if you select on this default, it's just white or black or maybe yellow. So if you don't want any of that, just click on this down arrow key, and you can select whichever or however you want it to look like, the highlight. I think this looks a bit better, or maybe this only, but yeah, this is more noticeable, or maybe yellow is more noticeable. So just select on whichever one you want, or if you don't want any highlight, just click on no color. But I want it to be yellow highlighted, so I'm just click on it, and you can see that the text has been highlighted. If you want a bigger paragraph or maybe a lot of text to be highlighted, just select it and then click on highlight. It will do the same. Now the last thing which I'm going to show you is changing the case. So what is changing the case? Changing the case is also similar to changing the font size, and the tool is right over here. You can see increase font size, which is also changing the case. Or you can also see that there is an option called changing case, which is like totally different. But this is like changing, you can see that there's an, like if you hold your mouse right over it, you will see that what it does, it just changes the selected text to uppercase, lowercase, or common capitalization. So this is also doable, which is also changing the size, but you see this changing the case. So it just does is capitalizes or maybe like small letter ones. So an example, you have this, like I have this word which is Lily. Now I want all of them to be capitalized. Either what I can do is cut all of it and then type it all capital by holding on to my shift, or maybe just pressing on the caps lock and then typing it. But you don't have to worry about that, because if you have like a whole paragraph and you want to change all of it into capital, but you don't want to like retype all of them, so you just have this tool called changing the case. So an example, just Lily. Now what I can do is change it to lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word, or just toggle case. Okay, so I want all of them to be uppercased, so you can see that all of them has turned into capitalized. Now what I want to do is capitalize each word. Okay, what you'll have to do if you want to capitalize each word is capitalize each word. Then you can see that every word's first alphabet will turn into capitalized. You can see that all the first letters or all the first alphabets of a word turned into capital. Now what I want to do is all of them should turn into lowercase, so all of them will be small lettered. So if I click on this lowercase, you will see that all of them turned into lowercase alphabets. Now if you want to toggle case, what you have to do is just select however you want it to be. An example like this. Now what you'll do is toggle case, and you can see that the selected type of text will turn into like that. Okay, now what I will show you is do another one, sentence case, and then you can just paste it. Okay, it will just do is justify your text, not justify as in align, but scan it and do the thing so that it doesn't have any mistakes. Okay, it should be capitalize each word. So now let's move on to the next lesson. Now in this lesson we're going to learn about the additional font and paragraph tools and how we're going to use them. In the previous lesson we learned about the basics, but now we're going to learn about all of them at once. So let's start off by this one, which is also called clear all formatting. Then we also have this text effect typography, subscript, superscript, strike through, underline, italic, bold, and you can also see that there is an underline or right beside it, which is a down arrow key, and you can see that there are different types of underline, more underlines, underline color, and then the font option, or the font box, I mean the paragraph box. Okay, so let's start off with the font section. So let's add in a data first. First data, let it be first data is not entered. Okay, let it be just this. Now we're gonna do the same thing which we did, because the font is like a bit too small. You can add in whichever, or like see which one you want to add to apply to the text. Okay, another thing that you might see that there are different types of numbers, but you can see that there is a number gap at 16 to 18, 18 to 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and then 36 again. If you don't see your desired number or the size of your text, just type in the number of text. In example, you want 30, so it's going to be applied on 30. Okay, so you don't have to worry if you want it 200 or 300, you can just apply it. Okay, 300, you can apply whichever number you want and then increase it more and more. So I prefer it to be on 30, so let's just hit enter, and you can see that the size of that number will be applied on your selected text. So let's make it bold first. Okay, so select the text first, like this, and then you can click on here, or you can also click on here, or you can also use the keyboard shortcut, which is Control and B. Just press Control and B. Now you can see that your text has been bolded, or you can just select on this like this, and you can see that your text has turned bold. Now an example, you want it to be italic. Just select on here. Remember to select the data or select the text which you want to make it italic or enter the formatting. So now I have my text selected. If I don't have it, just you have to select it again, and then just click on this tool. It will make it italic. If you don't want to like drag your mouse right over here, just press on Control plus I, and you will see that your text will turn into italic. If you want underline, what you can do is just press on Control plus U, and you can see that there is an underline here. And if you apply the same format twice, you will see that there will be no formatting. An example, I still have my italic, so I'm gonna press Control plus I again, and you can see that it has turned into basic. And if you press in Control plus B again, and it will turn into default text with no formatting. You can see that this is done. If you want a different type of underline, just not a single one, you can select on any one of these, and when you drag it over these underlines, you will see the preview, how it looks like, and then select whichever one you want. You can also do all of them. Okay, you can like customize your underline, you can also customize your underline color. All of them can be done, so you don't have to worry about it, right? You can also underline a specific text like this, or even a specific alphabet like this. You don't have to worry about it. Now we're gonna learn about superscript and subscript. Okay, this is superscript and this is subscript. Okay, in example, let's start off with a chemical element, or maybe like let's start with H2O, which is water, like the basic. Okay, it's H2O, but it's not written like that, right? Because 2 goes under here, not like similarly to the alphabets. I'm gonna remove the underline. Now what I'm gonna do is do subscript. So subscript goes down, superscript goes up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is select 2 and then do this. Click on it, subscript, and you will see that it will be turned into subscript. Or what we can do is Control plus equal. Okay, Control plus equal again, it will turn right back to its default self. Press Control plus equal again, it will turn into superscript, I mean subscript. Now what I want to do is let it be like, in case you have a square in a mathematical function. like 2 square plus 4 square, but it's looking like 22 plus 42, right? But I don't want it to look like this, but it's 2 square plus 4 square. So just select the text and then subscript it, or just press Control plus Shift plus another plus. Okay, click on this again. Okay, let's do it with the keyboard shortcut, which Control Shift and plus. You can see that this has worked. If you do that again, it will turn right back. Okay, now what we're gonna learn about is the text style or the text effects. Okay, select the text first, whatever formatting you do. Just keep in mind that you have to select the desired text. So now what I'm gonna do is, if you want to make it, you can just do it, or you can also do it from here. In case I want to change the style from here, okay, you also see these options. These are like pre-made themes like thingy, which you can apply right from here instead of going through these tools. In case I want it to look like this or like this, I can apply however I want it to be. But if you want to like customize your text or formatting from scratch, just do it. Just do it from here. Okay, now what we're going to learn about is clear formatting. So in clear formatting, what it does is just clears all the formatting or the okay, let me just show you with an example. Let's make it bold first and also an underline. Now what I'm going to do is add 2 underlines. Okay, and also what I'm going to do is add in an italic. Now you can see that it has been formatted, or if I want to change it more, I can also do it. Now you can see that all the formatting is done. So now how formatting works, or like clear formatting works, is that it just takes your data or takes the text and clears all the formatting in it and takes it to its default self. So what I'm going to do is select all the data and then clear all formatting. Now this has turned into the default Microsoft Word opening defaults, like it belongs to 11, Calibri body, with no bold, no italic, no underline, no color, nothing, just the text. If I just undo it, it will just turn right back to the formatting, so you don't have to worry about it. Now you can also see that there are advanced options. If you click on this arrow key, you will see that this interface opens up, and you can also add effects, font color, underline style, underline color, size, font style, font, and you can also see the preview. And you can also set it as default. When you see that it is always on Calibri body, but you can also change it to whichever one you want to be in default, and you can also change the size. Okay, now I'm going to cancel it because we gone through it. Now what I'm going to do next is show you the paragraph section, like how the tools work. I'm gonna put the like listing and these bulletins or bullets and numbers later on for the course, but now what I'm going to do is show some basic paragraph formatting. Okay, so first off, the basic paragraph formatting. Now we have some data, right? First off, what we're going to learn about is alignment. To align a text, you can see that there are some tools which are these. Okay, so these are the tools used for aligning your text to make your text in your document look more aligned or justified, or maybe like look more clean. Sometimes your texts like are not in the same level or in the same alignment. Okay, some might look like this. Okay, because now it looks like really disorganized. Okay, but you don't want it to look like that, right? So for that to not look like disorganized, so what we can do is use these alignment options. To use these alignment options, what we're gonna do is select the text first. Okay, or maybe you can also start by selecting the alignment type and then start typing it. Okay, that will also do the same thing. So first off, what we're gonna do is learn about these alignments. So there are 4 alignment options, which is left alignment, center alignment, just right alignment, and then justified. Okay, we're gonna go through all of them. You can also see that there are shortcut keys to use it. So firstly, what I'm going to do is align them left. So first off, select the data, Control plus L, okay, for it to be justified. Control plus R, Control plus E, and Control plus L again. Okay, you can just press on Control plus L. So what I'm going to do is do it Control plus L first, Control plus L, and you can see that this is left aligned. Okay, or you can also select it from here. It will also be the same thing. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Now what I'm going to show you is center aligned. Select the data, click on center align, and it will take your text in the middle, and it kind of looks good, right? Now what I'm going to do is add the data, or add the text on the right side. So what I'm going to do is select the text again, take it to the right side, or just press Control plus right, or which is R, Control plus R. So it just went to the right side. Now what I'm going to do is Control plus J to make it look more justified. It's more visible or more noticeable when you have a paragraph, and it looks a lot clean when you do it justified. So make sure to do all these. Now what we're going to learn about is this option, which is also really important in paragraph formatting, which is line and paragraph spacing. So line and paragraph spacing is really important in those paragraph things or paragraph documents. So now you can see that there is a space in between the first line and the second line, and then the second line with the third line. But you might see that there might be some differences and doesn't look good. So for that, we're going to use line spacing. So first off, select the text, click on line spacing, and you can select your desired type of line spacing. In example, you want it to look more closer. So it's going to be 1.0, its defaults on 1.15, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, and 3.0. But if you don't want any of that, you can just go to line spacing option and then enter your size. When you click on that option, it will take you to this interface, and you can like customize the line spacing and then do whatever you want with it. You can like change the indentation, general alignment, outline level. You can also change the spacing, mirror indents after, and you will see the preview. And then you can also like change the line and page breaks. Okay, you can see pagination, keep me with text or keep with next, keep lines together, page break before, formatting exceptions, suppress line numbers, don't hyphenate, and then text box options. And you will all see that in this preview. So let's give you some basics. So alignment should be justified. Now outline body, let's let it be level 3. Indentation, let it be like this. Mirror, okay, let's mirror it a bit. Okay, specials, first line by, you can see the preview, what is happening. Mirror indents, let it be mirrored. Then spacing should be a bit more close, right? Not too far, but a bit close. After should be like this. Okay, line spacing exactly double at 0.5. Okay, so now you can see that these are a lot closer. But if you don't want to like customize it, and it might seem like there are a complexity, so you can just select from whichever one you want and it will be applied to your text. So default is 1.5. You can make it closer by 1.0. You can see that the customizations are done right here. Now what we're gonna do is use this fill option, or called shading. Select your text first. Now what we're gonna do is change the color. You can see that the background color is changing. So select the desired color you want. An example, I want it to be sky blue. Okay, and you can see that the background has been changed, or you can just select on it. Okay, the default one should be something different. You can also change like this, single lines. Let's do a bit darker. Now make it less darker. Okay, now you can see that there are different lines with different background colors. That's also doable. You can see that right beside this option there is a border option. So in this border option, you might be a lot familiar with it if you used Microsoft Excel. So you can just add in a border. So select the text, and then after you select on this down arrow key, you can see that there are a lot of borders to select from. If you want all types, like borders on all sides, just click on all borders, no borders, right border, left border, top border, and bottom border. All of them are doable. Diagonal down border, these are not right here right now because I don't have that type of text. It should be diagonal and they will be usable. Okay, inside vertical border, inside horizontal border, and you can all select whichever you desire. And you can also draw a table, view grid lines. Okay, now what we're gonna do is know about this option called show hide. Okay, now in a paragraph, something, or maybe you don't want to like show something or make it like invisible. Okay, so you're gonna use this option to make it invisible. Okay, let's an example, let's select this, and you can add in this. Okay, you can add in, and you can also delete it if you add it, and you can see that there are like this options or these things right over here, which is G. Well, these are some just basic formattings. Now right beside it is a sort option. So sorting is really important in a document and making it look more clean. So you can also do it by selecting the text and then sort. Okay, I don't have a paragraph, but if you have a paragraph, this will be available, and you would know how it works. So an example, you can change or select the number or select what type of data it is. An example, I want numbers. Okay, sort by headings. Now press OK, and you will see it started with this, ended with this as I selected. Sort by headings, which was text. Okay, you can sort however you want it to be, and this will be like applied on the selected text. Okay, now the next thing which we're going to learn about is this, which is also decrease indent, increase indent. So how does this work? Okay, let me show you an example and you will get it, and then I'm going to describe. You can see that is increasing and decreasing. Well, indent is kind of like the range of the text, or an example, if you have like a border right here. So let's hold like there's a border right here. Okay, and now the border is right over here. So when you increase the indent, it's gonna get shorter and the lines like ending right over here. But if you decrease it, the line's gonna get bigger. So if you add in more data or add in more text, it's gonna appear right over here, but not go down. So you got it right, how you indent works. So these were the basics of paragraph tools, and the things which remain are bullets and numberings and also listings, which I'll show you later in a lesson in this course. So let's move on to the next lesson. Welcome back to the course again. In this lesson we're going to learn about aligning text using tabs. So aligning text using tabs is a really important stuff, and if you don't have your text aligned and you don't want to align your text over and over again, but while you're editing or entering your text, like right now, if I add in text right now, which is the quick brown fox, but I don't want it to be like this, but instead I want it to be like this, and I want to have the same type of line spacing in the next line too, but I don't want to add in more spaces like this, and this will take a lot of time, right? I don't want it to be like that. So what we're gonna do is obviously use tab. So the tab button is like a toggle button which helps you to align your text in the next line, and then like skip the spaces, and then you can just apply your text however you want to in the same position or the same coordinate. Okay, first off what we're gonna do is obviously, which is make the ruler visible. Sometimes you might not have your ruler visible in your document. To make the ruler visible in your document, what we're going to do first is just go to View tab, and then you will see that there is an option in Show section which is called Ruler or Grid Lines and Navigation Pane, but you don't need any of these, but select on the ruler. After you select on the ruler, this ruler option will appear right up on this top here and on the left side, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Just go to Home or just stay on View, it doesn't matter. So what we're gonna do first is know about the tabs. So there are 4 types of tabs. You can see at the corner here there is a button. This is a button. Okay, now this is left tab. When you click it, it just cycles through the whole 4 buttons or the 4 types of tabs. So this is left tab. This is center tab. You will see it, center tab. When you click it again, this is right tab. Okay, and this is decimal tab. Okay, so left tab starts from the left side, mid starts from the mid side, right starts from the right side or ends at the right side, and then decimal is for the decimal numbers, which is going to start. Okay, so let's start off with the left tab. Okay, and this is also a one called bar tab. It just stays in the middle or something like that. Okay, so, and also this is home or the first line indent, and then goes on and on. But these are the 4 tabs. Okay, you don't have to worry about the extra ones, just see these 4 tabs. Okay, so let's start off with the left tab. So if you want to apply tabs in your document or align your text using document, so I'm giving you another example. An example, you have a header like name and then some spaces, my bad, spaces, and then row, and then class. You'll obviously want the name, role, and class to be aligned to this and not be like not have indifference in both sides and make it look worse. Okay, it looks really like unorganized, but so you can use it with the help of tab. So as it is on left tab, so you can just select on wherever you want to start your text from. So I want my first text to start from here. Okay, so you can see that there is an option right over here now, which is left tab. Now I want the center tab. Okay, or maybe even left tab, it doesn't matter, left like center tab, and I want my right tab to end up right over here. Okay, I can see that there are 3 tabs which appeared right over here. What I'm going to do is take the text, take it to the text, and then just press tab, and you can see that it appeared right on my text or right on my tab. Okay, you cannot see the tab is visible right now, but when you press tab once, it will just appear right over there. Now you can see when you press enter, okay, it just appears right on the tab where it is. If you don't see your text or tab anywhere anymore, just click on it again, apply it right over your ruler, and it will appear right on the text. Okay, an example like this. Okay, you can also use the left tab or any tab like more than one time. What I'm gonna do is just click on it, and you will see that it starts on the tab. Okay, let it be like this. Okay, well, this is how it works. All the tabs, it's just gonna start off where you place your tab on, like here. You change it to here, we'll just directly go there, but you know how it works, right? You can see the tab here. Just select or just press tab, it will just go to that place. If you add in more tabs right here and here, it's just gonna end up on this or like align your text. So I'm gonna do is add in some data, like let's do the same, name, tab again. You can see that it is aligned right on here. Class, tab again, it will end up here. Okay, you can see that it has jumped to that one. Row, go enter, and it will start on this one again. Press tab, Sarah, tab again, 8, great, tab again, row is a 1, tab again, or skip the line, tab again, and we'll just end up where your tab is put on, so you don't have to worry about it. So this is how you can align your text using tab. Well, it saves like a lot of time, so you don't have to worry about like doing justify and then using the margins to take your text where you want it to be. So just use this tab option and it will help you a lot. And if you want to like remove the tabs, just click on the tab and drag it off the ruler and the tabs will be removed. And now when you press tab, it will not end up on the one or on the place you put the tab option on the first place, okay? But if you put it again on the ruler, just click on it, it will just appear right up. See? So let's move on with the next lesson. Welcome back to the course again. In this lesson we're going to learn about how we can list the data or the text which you have in Microsoft Word, or use bullets or numberings, okay? An example, you can see that there is a list of things which I want to make it look like it's listed, but now I just have them in a line skip, okay? Just I went to the next line and then entered the text, but I want it to be bulleted, okay? Or maybe look like listing. So if you want to add in listing or start from bullet, you can also start like adding text and start your text being bulleted, okay? But as I have my text first and now I just want to make them look like they're listed, okay? So what I can do first is select the data or select the text, okay? After selecting the text, you can see that in the paragraph section there are 3 options, which is bullets, numberings, and lists, multi-level list, okay? So these 3 are used for listing or bullets or numberings, all of them. So we'll go through them one by one and showing like all of the procedures. So if you already have your text and you want it to look like it's listed or bulleted or numbered, okay, just select the data or the text and then click on the bullets, okay? Or if you want different types of bullets, just press on this arrow key. Let's start with bullets. I think I'd prefer it to look like this, so just select on this and it would look bulleted, okay? If you want to change it, just go back here and then change however you want it to look like. These are quite good, okay? Next, what I want to show you is how you can number them. So you'll also do the same thing. Just go to this number. If you just press on this, it will just do 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay? But if you want it to look a bit different, just click on this down arrow key and you can see that there are a lot of options to choose from. Or you can also change list level, define new number format, and you can also see set numbering value. It also works on this one. You can also define new bullet or change list level, okay? So as it is on numbering right now, so I'm just gonna select like AB. I think it looks better. Or you can also do Roman, right? Bigger, smaller ones. Okay, I prefer this one. Now you can see that all of them are numbered. Now what I want to do is maybe change list level. If you want it to look like this, just select on whichever one you want and it will be bulleted or numbered like that. If I want to change it again, it will also do this, okay? Now what I want to show you is multi-level listing, okay? Just when you click this, and you can see that there are all of these options you can do from, and you can see that all of them are done. If you select on this, you can select or like format a single line individually. If I wanted to make it look bold, you can do that. It's also done. And you can go here, you can also change however you want it to look like. If you want it to look like this, you can also make it to look like this. You can also change it to this, okay? However you want it to be, you can just add in or format the list or listing level. You can also change it like this, and if you want to change, like if you want to select it all, just select this, and you know the shortcut key for select all, which is Ctrl+A, and all will be selected. So this is how you will add or make a text look like it's listed. You can also do something else. If you don't have your text already in the document, you can just select on this. My bad, I don't need multi-level. I'm gonna press none first, and now what I'm gonna do is start on basics. Okay, now I'll start with this. Okay, I don't have any data or text, right? But if I start adding some data, let's do it almond, and when I press enter, you will see that it will automatically drop a bullet, but I don't have to like select or click on this again and again. If I just press enter, okay, if I just press enter, you will see that there is no bullets again. But if I go back and then press enter, it just detected some text, so it will automatically open or put another bullet in it. So almond, then what I'm going to do is peanut. When I press enter, you will see another automatical bullet will appear up. See, milk. So it just goes on, but if you don't add in any more data and just press enter, it will just disappear and have no bullet from the next line. Okay, so this is how you can make your text listed or maybe put on bullets. So now let's move on with the next lesson. Welcome back to the course again. In this lesson, we're going to learn about adding in a table and modifying them, and also converting words into a table. Okay, so let's start off with the basic. So firstly, to add a table, what you'll have to do is just go to Insert tab. You won't find the table option in Home, so what we're going to do is just click on this Insert, drag your mouse right over it, and then click it with your left mouse key. And now you can see that right below Insert there's an option called Table. So when you click on this, you will see that there are these boxes, which will give you a preview if you like drag it right over it, and you might see the difference, and you might also see the tables right on your document. Below it is Insert Table, Draw Table, Convert Text to Table, Excel Spreadsheet, and Quick Tables. Okay, so let's start off by adding table to the document first. So there are two methods how you can add table, so which is insert table from here or inserting table by numbers. If you want to see the preview of how many tables you want and then dragging it according to that, you can, or you might want to add the table from here. So an example, 6 into 5, I want it to be like this. You can see that this is just a preview. If I drag my mouse like out of the interface, you will see no tables on your document because this is just a preview. Okay, so 6 into 5, what you'll have to do is just click on your left mouse key and this will be created. So you can see that the tables have been created. If you want, like, or maybe another way to insert your table, what you'll have to do is click on table and then just click on insert table. Okay, click on this insert table and this box opens up. In this box you can see the table size, autofit behavior, and then at the bottom there is remember dimensions for new tables. So as it was 6 into 5, so I'm gonna put like 6 columns and 5 rows. Okay, now fixed column width, which is in auto, but you can change it to whichever one you want, whichever size you want it to be, but I prefer to be it on auto. If you want to autofit on contents, it's gonna be autofit to contents because some, like, not all words are of the same length or the same range. And at the bottom is autofit to window, so it's gonna be autofit to window. Okay, but if you just click on this, it won't be any problem. You can also change, or like if you add data, it's obviously gonna like increase the size, or you can increase the size from here. So let's just add it from here, and you can see that 6 into 5 has already been created again. Now what we're gonna learn about is drawing a table. So drawing a table is also easy. It's just below this insert table. which is draw a table. So you might want to create a table on your own, right? So if you want to create a table on your own by using like dragging your mouse, not from here but from here, okay? So what you're gonna do is draw a table, and you will see that your cursor will turn into a pencil. Okay, now you can just drag this pencil of yours and then make a table on your own, in case like this. Okay, and you want to change it more like this, you can just make it however you want it to be, and you can see that the table is being made. Sorry, but yeah, at least it works, right? Okay, so this is how you're gonna draw a table. You can also see it from here at layout. You can also erase them however you want. The next thing which we're gonna learn about is quick tables. So quick tables are also like that pre-made templates which you do in a document, okay? So this is gonna give you a table which is pre-built. An example, I want this type of table, so I'm just gonna click on this, and you can see that a pre-built table has been made, and you can add in your data from here and start editing from here, so you don't have to worry about making more formats and making this border and making this color, or like even if it has more and more formatting, you don't have to do any of those. Just click on this and then delete the data, and then just add in your own data. Now what we have is Excel spreadsheet. We don't need to know about that, but if you want to add in, you can just click on it and then Excel will open up. You will see that this interface opens up and you can add in your data. Okay, so this is how Excel worksheet works. Now you can just delete it, we don't need it right now. So what I'm gonna do is just undo it and keep it on Microsoft Word. Okay, next thing which we're gonna learn about is converting text to table. So let's add in some text first to make or convert them to a table. So you have to remember that, okay, let's add in some text first. Okay, as you can see right here, there are some texts, right? Which is table, chairs, tools, apple, banana, orange, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So I'm just gonna convert them to a table. Okay, you might think that why do I have all of them like really unorganized, and why do they have a comma at the end? Okay, and why do they have like so many spaces, and how will you do it? But this is quite simple, and there is a reason why I added these commas. So first thing what I'm going to do is just click on this table and select the text first, and then click on table. And now what I'm going to do is convert text to table. Click on it. It will be right below this table option. Now you can see that this box appears up, and it will detect the number of columns and rows here. Now fixed column width, I prefer that. Now I'm going to do is just separate text at commas. As I have an ending at commas, it's just going to detect commas. Okay, if I have something else, just click on others and then just paste it, or the key which you used. So it's just going to separate it after each of them. So an example, let me just change it to comma first. Okay, let's do it with comma first and then show you how you're going to do it with others. Okay, click on commas and press OK. And now you can see that this has been made, right? This is quite easy. If you undo it, you can see that there was 4, but we need 3, right? So it's gonna be convert text to table, but number of columns should be 3. Okay, let's press on OK. You can see that there was a fault in there. So my bad. I'm gonna do is just this tables, convert text to table. I'm gonna delete it to 3. Okay, and the number of rows just became 6. Well, this is how it works, right? If you have like less of them, that will also work. My bad. I'm gonna undo it again. Now what I'm gonna do is go on table, or maybe like change here. Maybe I'm gonna put some plus sign over here, okay, instead of commas. So what I'm gonna do is just use this replace option, which is going to be easier for me. Just add in comma and then replace it with plus, right? Okay, so now I'm going to do is just convert it into a table. Click on others, plus, just press on for 3, it's also doable. Okay, so this is how you're gonna convert your text into a table. Now what we're gonna learn about is modifying them and customizing them. So you can see that in the tabs or ribbon option, you can't see like the modification option right over here, right? You can't modify it right over from here. But when you select a table, you will see that table design and layout tab has opened up, so you can add in your table modifications from here. If you want to cut in one of the columns or row, you can just select on it like this, okay, or you can also select like this. This will already like delete all of them, but if you don't want that but you want a specific one, so when you like drag your mouse right over it or keep it right over here, it will just show you this that you can select it. Okay, so if I want to like delete one from here, just I'm gonna click on my left mouse key and then just press delete. Okay, when you just press delete, or maybe like delete this, delete columns or delete row, it will just delete it. Okay, if you want to delete from here, just press on backstab or backspace, it will just delete it. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is just modify some of the basics from here. So keep in mind that you have to select a table first for this table design tab to open up, and this layout too. Now what I'm gonna do is click on this table design. If you want to change the type of the table, you can just change it from here. It won't give you a preview, but you can select whichever one you want to. It will just give you the basic, and you can also see that there are a lot of colors to select from too. If you press this drop down or more option, you will see that there are a lot of them. You can select whichever one you want, and then when you just click on it with your left mouse key, it will just apply to your already which table you have. Okay, now you can see that there is table styles option, which is header row, total row, branded rows, first column, last column, and branded or banded columns. When you select this is just banded columns, it will just appear on the banded columns, so it's just kind of like selects the type of cells, or selects the type or wherever the cell is. If it's like top column, top row, whichever, it just selects it. Now what I'm going to show you is bordering your table. Okay, so if you want to border your table or border the styles, you can also do that, or you can also shade your table. Okay, see, if you want to like background, if you want some background color, just click on the table first, stay on the table, and then after selecting it, just click on shading, and then you can change the background color. Okay, so you can get a preview from here, and then when you click it with your left mouse key, it will just apply on the table. Next thing what you're going to learn about is table or border styles. If you want to change the border styles, you can change it, just select it, and then you can change your border style. See, click on it. Okay, after you click on it, it just appears up that your cursor becomes like a paintbrush, and then you can just do whatever you want with it, change it. Okay, you can also do it from here. Well, this is done. This is how you're gonna do it. So if you want to change the pen color or maybe size of it, you can also do it. Let's just go to table design again. Now what I'm gonna do is border painter. Okay, it also works like the same way. If you want border painter, just click on it and it will open up this. Okay, just deselect it and then you can change it. If you want borders, you can also do it. Just click on the table, select it, and then click on borders. If you want to change the size of the border, you can also do it like this. We'll change the size of it, let it be fatter. Okay, and you can see that the lines or the borders are now fatter. If you want to change how it's gonna look like, if you want to make it like dots, it can also do that. And if you want just borders like that, you don't want to like take more hassle, so just click on it and it will give you the same type of borders on each cells. Now what we're gonna learn about is the layout. Okay, so in the layout you might see that there are a lot of options or a lot of tools right here which you can do. Okay, so if you have these tools, you can see that the table, draw, rows and columns, merge, cell size, alignment, and data. So let's start off with this table option. Okay, in this table option you can see view grid lines and properties and select. So select is just selecting the table, and if you press on view grid lines, it's just going to show you the grid lines. Okay, so when you press on properties, it will just open up this interface and you can see that there are 5 of these, which is table, whichever one you want. Okay, select on however you want to add your data. Then rows is the row size and options. Specify, you can specify your height, you can specify this like the distance of the cells from each one, the column, the size, cells, center, bottom, however you want it to be, and all text. Okay, if you want to add in, you can just do it. Just press OK and it will be applied. Now what I'm gonna do is deleting. Okay, now what I want to delete the whole table. If you want to delete the whole table, just click on delete and it will do it. Now you want to add in more table, right? So if you want to add in more table, what you're gonna do is just click on here at the end of it. If you want to insert above, you can do it. You can insert below. If you just click on it, it will insert below, insert above, insert left, and insert right. So this is how it works, right? Now you might feel like, what are these options, which is merge cells, split table. So they do whatever or how or what they say. Okay, so merging cells mean merging like 2 or more cells together. So what you'll have to do is just select the cells. Okay, select it. After selecting the text or selecting the cells, now just click on merge cells and you will see that 4 of them became 1. Okay, so now select the cells again, and now I want split cells. An example, I want 4 or 5 cells to appear in one cell. Okay, I can also do that, it's also doable. So an example, I'm gonna do it on here. So what I'm gonna do is split cells. I want to split into okay, let's do it 3 1. Okay, let's press OK and you can see that it turned into 3. Now if I want to do it more, I can also do it. It was 3 1, so what I'm going to do is just press 2 right here, press OK. Now you can see that it has split it. Click on it again, you can see that there is a option called split table. Let's do it here. So what I'm going to do is click on one of the cells and then split the table, and you can see that the table has been split. Okay, and when you're inside a cell, okay, if you press tab, it's just gonna go to the next cell. If you press shift down, it's gonna go down. So this is how it works. Now we also have this option called autofit. If it's the same as the one when you're entering your, or when you're clicking on properties of table, right, which is fixed column width, autofit to window, and autofit contents. Now we have is the height. So if you want to change the height, you can also do it from here. Just select whichever one you want, and now you can change the height. Okay, you can also change the width like this. It's also doable. You can also distribute rows, distribute columns. However you want your document to be like, you can just do it however you want. You can align your text, you can align the table too. That's also doable. And one of the most important, one of the most fun part of this table option is this text direction. Okay, so according to the text or according to your document, you can change the direction of your text. An example, it's on landscape, but okay, you're working on a portrait document, okay, but you want to print it landscape, so you can do it. So an example, if you don't have space or maybe you want to do it like that, just change the direction and it will change the direction of your text. If you want to resize it, just drag or click, like hold on to the borders, hold on to your left mouse key and then drag it. You can increase the size, the width, and also increase the whole table size using this, and you can also shrink them. And then you have cell margin. You can just change or have the cell margin. Now you can see that they are a bit more aligned. If you change it top to be like this 3, I want left it to be 15. Okay, now you will see that the margin has been changed, and you can also sort it by using this. So as it does not change merged cells, so I'm gonna do is select this, and what I'm gonna do is go to table design, layout, and sort all of them. When you click on sort, you can see that these options appear up, which is sort by. You can okay, let's start with column 2. Type should be texts, and using what? Using paragraph ascending. Let's just press on OK, and you will see that it has turned different, right? It started with the text. So this is all you had to know about adding in text, converting in text, and then modifying it. So let's move on to the next lesson. Welcome back to the course again. In the previous lesson we learned about table and modifying them. So in this lesson we're going to learn about adding graphic objects. So the graphic objects are belongs to this illustration section. Okay, so the graphic objects are picture, shapes, icon, 3D models, smart art, charts, and screenshots. So let's start off by adding a picture. So when you're making a document and you want to make it more spectacular, obviously you'll try to add in pictures and shapes, or maybe icons, smart art, charts, screenshots, and a lot more, even 3D models. So if you want to do that, just first let's start off by adding a picture. So click here or take it to insert, and then click your left mouse key by dragging your mouse right over it, and now this drop down opens up. Okay, this is this device, stock images, and online pictures. So where you want to take the picture from, right? If you have the picture in your device, just click on this picture, and then you can just select the folder where you have it, and then just click on a photo, and then just press insert, and the photo will appear right here. As I don't have any pictures in this PC, so I'm just gonna go with online picture or stock images. So if you wanna do it with stock images, you can also do it. Just click on stock images, and stock images will open right here. Okay, an example, I want this one, or maybe this one. So if I want this one and also this one, you can also like add 2 or more of them. You don't have to worry about it, let it be 3. Okay, so after clicking on them, just press on insert, and all of the photos you selected, or maybe if you select like one of it, the selected ones will appear right here on your text document. As you can see that they have appeared right here. Okay, there are 2 photos here. Now what I'm gonna do is show you how you can like get pictures from online. So you have to stay connected to the net to use these online pictures. Okay, When you click on this, you will see that this option appears up, and then you can also see that there are a lot of these suggested searches. But what I'm gonna do is search for something else. In example, let it be Los Angeles. Now what I'm gonna do is hit enter, and you can see Los Angeles. Some related photos will appear here, and you can select whichever one you want. In example, I want this, so I'm just gonna click on it. As you can see that this has been checked, or maybe also like this, and then click on insert. Okay, click on insert and the photos will appear right in your document. You don't have to worry about it. It might take some time due to your internet connection, but you don't have to worry about it. It's just gonna end up in your document. Next thing what I'm gonna do is add in some shapes, but as this is getting more filled, what I'm gonna do is just click here and then go to a new page. So next thing what I'm gonna do is add in a shape. So you also need shapes, right, to make your photo or make your document look more spectacular. So I'm gonna do is add some shapes. So when you want to add shapes, just click on this shapes option, and you can see that there are a lot of shapes you can select from. So select whichever one you want. I think I want this one, so I'm just gonna do is when you click on a shape, your cursor is gonna become like this pointer. Okay, so drag it with your mouse and just make the shape according to your desire. Okay, another tip for making a shape perfect is by clicking on the shape, whichever one you want. Now what we're gonna do is hold on to your shift key, and this will create a perfect shaped shape. Okay, next thing what I'm gonna do is add in an icon. To add in an icon, click on this icon option, and now you will see that there are some icons which you can use, or you can also search for the icons which you're gonna use. Okay, an example, I want this one, let's see. Okay, you can search for your desired icon. Let's go with this too. And if you don't find it right over here, just search on this bar and then just press hit or press the start searching option, or just hit enter and then just press OK. And then when you press insert, the icons which you selected will appear right in your document. Now what I'm gonna do is add in a smart art. Okay, so what is a smart art? So smart art are those type of, this is also a type of bullets. Okay, if you add smart art, you can see that this is a type of listing and also similar to bullets. If you want to add text in this type of formatting, you can also do it. So you can see when you open up smart art, there are a lot of categories to select from and a lot of the smart arts types. So select the one which you prefer, and then when you click on it and then just press OK, that type of box or that type of smart art will appear right up. Then you can add in your text. An example, what I'm gonna do is HOW. If you hit enter, new boxes will appear up. When you click here, how, where, who. Okay, what I'm gonna do next is which, when, why, is this it. Okay, when you hit on enter, it just increases the size. That's it. Okay, you can also add in your data or add in your text from here, just selecting on here, and then you can add in your data. Okay, you don't have to worry about any of these stuffs. So next what I'm going to do is go to insert again. Now let's add in a chart. So when you click on chart, you can see that there are a lot of charts to select from. Okay, but when you drag your mouse right over it, you will see a preview of each and every one of them. Let's start off with combo, funnel, waterfall, Okay, box and whisker, histogram, sunburst, tree map, radar, surface, stock, map, XY scatter, area, bar, pie, line, column, and templates. Okay, your templates will appear right here. Now an example, I want a radar. So just click on whichever one you want and then just press OK, and it will appear right in your text or your document. When you're adding in a chart, you will see that a type of Excel interface opens up. So when you're adding in data or adding in text from or into a chart in Microsoft Office document, you will see as this appears up, because these charts don't take data from here but instead from Microsoft Excel. Okay, so next thing what I'm gonna do is go to insert again. Now what we're gonna do is show you how you can add in a screenshot. So let's start off by adding a screenshot. You can also screen clip whichever one you want. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is screen clip this. Now you can see that the screenshot has appeared right over here. Next thing what I'm gonna do is add in a 3D model. So you have 3D models if you have 3D models from your device, but I don't have any 3D models in my device, but so I'm gonna do is stock 3D models and then just click on whichever one you want. An example, I want this one, and you can see that they have animations. Okay, animated. Just I'm gonna hit enter. Okay, it's gonna insert your 3D model in your document. It might take some time because it has to download it and then just put on your document. Okay, so let's wait for a while. Now you can see that the 3D model has appeared right up, and you can also see that there is a play option right here. So it's paused, right? When you click on it, it will start beating because this is a 3D model. Okay, and another thing about 3D models is that when you're like adding 3D models, you have to remember that there is a logo. Okay, which you can understand by seeing that logo, and when you have that logo, only then it's gonna show you animations. But if it doesn't have that logo, it's not gonna show you the animations. Okay, let's undo it a bit. Okay, 3D models, let me show you. You can see that this logo, so when you have that logo over there, it's just so only then it's gonna be animated. Okay, let's add in this one too. Now you can see that it has also appeared up. When you play it, you can see that you will be able to see it. Okay, you can see it from different perspectives. That's also doable. If you just pause it, it's not going to show you the animation anymore. Well, this is how 3D animations or 3D objects work. Just play it, it will do its animation again. So these are how you can add graphic objects or use graphic tools in Microsoft Word. And if you want to modify them, it is also doable. If you want to change this 3D model, just you will see when you select 3D model, another tab opens up and you can like change the perspective, wrap text, position, all text, selection pane, play, scenes, and a lot of them. You can also reset it. And again, when you're gonna change smart art, it's gonna open up smart art design and format. Well, as this is a basic course, I'm not gonna go extra on these, but you can go through these by changing colors and adding styles. Well, all of these are same, like related or the same to table formatting. Well, and then we have this another thing or another graphic object, which is this shapes. Well, shape format opens up when you select it. You can change the color, fill it color, well, shape fill, shape outline, however you want it to be. You can also change the shape of it by without like dragging your mouse and then creating another one, but it's just gonna replace your shape, and then it's gonna add in shadow effect to your, yeah, that's how it works. Then you can also do a lot more than that in shape formats. Bring it forward, bring it upwards. An example, I have this right here and I'm gonna bring it up, so I'm gonna just bring it forward and this will bring the one forward. Next thing you see are these photos. So how are we gonna format them? If you want to format photos, just click on a photo and you will see in the tab or ribbon, picture format option opens up. You can remove the background just by selecting it, okay, and you can see that the other parts will be removed. If you just, now you can see that the background has been removed, so I'm gonna undo it. Next thing what I'm gonna do is corrections. You can change the brightness and contrast, okay, this is how you can do it. You will see a preview. Then when you get your desired one, just click on your left mouse key and this will appear up or be applied to the photo. Now you can also see that there is sharpen and soften, okay, this will also give you a preview, okay, whichever one you want, just click on it or maybe like drag your mouse right over it and get the preview, and then you can select your desired one. You can also change the color, artistic effect, transparency, like, and then you can also see compressed picture. You also have this change picture and reset picture. So when you want to like add in color, you can also do it from here, get a preview of each and every one you want, and then click on your left mouse key to apply that formatting, okay. There are some more variations, set transparency, color, picture color options. Next thing what I'm going to do is change some artistic effects. If you click on it, you will see that there are some effects, okay, which are kind of like filters, but this is a bit better, okay. So if this is glass, so what I'm going to do is click on the next one below it, which is plastic wrap. Well, whichever one you need, just click on it and it will be applied to your selected photo. If you want to change the border of it, just click on it or click on whichever format you want it to be in. Just click on it and it will be applied. You don't have to worry about it. If you want it to be like circle in the border, you can also do it. It's also doable. You can see that there is this option, okay. Now what you're gonna do is, if you want to add like just picture border on your selected picture, you can just apply it by clicking this option called picture border, and now you can change the color of the picture, like change the border of the picture, okay. Select the color and this will appear right on your picture, okay. Now you also have this picture effect, which is also a quite more similar to artistic effect and color, both like combined. There's shadow, reflection, glow, soft edges, bevel, 3D rotation. Let's go with shadow first. You can see that there's a shadow, okay. When you click on each and every one of them, you will see the preview first, which is reflection. Now you can see that below is in reflection. Now let's go with a bit of glow, okay. So this is how all of these work, and so let's just move on with the next lesson. In the previous lesson we learned about adding in graphic objects in Microsoft Word document. Now in this lesson we're going to learn about the additional tools, or all of the tools right here, like add-ins, media, links, comments, header and footer, text, and symbols, okay. So as add-ins is our first tool which we're gonna show, so let's get started with add-ins. So firstly we'll have to know what add-ins is, right? So add-ins is a type of tool which helps you to add in extensions to your Microsoft document, okay. Make sure to have your internet connection connected so that you can use it. But if you already have your add-ins connected or downloaded in your PC, you can use it if it's an offline one. But if it's an online one, you'll always have to stay connected to the internet. So if you want to get add-ins, you can just get add-ins from the online. But if you don't have any, or maybe if you have add-ins in your PC, just click on my add-ins and then just click OK, and then add in to your Word document. Okay, so as I don't have any add-ins in my PC, so what I'm going to do is just get some add-ins from online. So click it, and then you will see that there are a lot of add-ins which you can use in your Word document. So select whichever one you want according to your work. So now what I want is this Quillbot. Okay, so what I'm going to do to add an extension or add-ins in your Word document is just click on add whichever one you want, and you can also see that there are a lot of categories to select from according to your work. So I want Quillbot, so I'm just going to click add, continue, and this will add the extension or the add-in in your Word document. It might take a bit of work time, and then you can see Quillbot has been added. You can see launch Quillbot. Now you can see that I have launched Quillbot. Okay, so you have to stay connected. Now you can see that this interface opens up. Now you can just log in with your email and password, and you can log in. So add-ins is one of the features where it will take the browser extensions in your Word document, so you don't have to go to a web browser and then log in again and do the rest of the work. Now what I'm going to do is add in Wikipedia. Yeah, that is also doable. Okay, so if I want to add in Wikipedia, you can see that Wikipedia is right here. So I want to add Wikipedia, so I'm just going to click on add. After I click on add, you can see that Wikipedia has been opened up right in my Word document. Okay, now you can search whichever one you want and add in data in your document. An example, let's start with tulips. Hit enter, and you will see that all of the description about tulips in Wikipedia will appear right up. If you want to copy anything, you can just copy it from here and then just paste it over here. Okay, obviously doable. Now you can see that you might want images, info box, all of them can be shown or seeable through here. So it just saves you a lot of time. Okay, instead of just going to your Word, or maybe like going to Word and then again to a browser, so it just saves you a lot of time and labor. Okay, now as I'm done with add-ins, now what I'm going to show you is media. If you want online media, you can just click on online videos or medias, whichever one you want, and then add them. Now I'm just going to shift the links. Okay, so as you've known about links, how it works. If you have any link of an example, maybe even your source or your file, or maybe like online links, you can just add in your link. So let's show you with one of the links. Okay, now first off, what we're going to do is copy a link from online. Now I have a dictionary link copied in my device. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just click on this link, and you will see that this interface opens up. So there are 4 options right here, which is existing file or web page, place in the document, create new document, and email address. So existing file or web page allows you to add in a web link. Okay, and when you go down, there is an option called place in this document. So place in this document refers to the link of an example, a number of pages. If you have like a lot of pages, it might also take or the link to whichever page you want. Okay, now you can also see create new document, which helps you to go to a link or when you click on the link, it will take you to a new document and create new one. and if you add an email address, it will help you like use the link of the email address and send them. So as I have a web page, so I'm just gonna click on it and it will be default here. Now what I'm gonna do is paste the address dictionary, and you can see that above there is a text to display bar. You can just delete it, you don't have to matter. So what we're gonna do is add in dictionary. This is just how you want to show it to be, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, after all I'm done, now just click OK. Now you can see that dictionary has turned into a link. When you click on it, it will directly take you to the link. An example, I'm gonna go and click on it. If you click on it, it will just take you, open hyperlink, and it will take you to the link. Okay, so this is how links work. Now what I'm going to show you is bookmark. Well, bookmark does the same thing. Well, if you bookmark anything in your document or maybe somewhere else, it will just save the bookmark for you. Okay, and then you can just add, delete, go to, and use the bookmark however you want it to be. So we'll just skip it because that's really easy, because when you do it you will get it. Okay, now let's go to cross-reference. You can also add cross-reference. An example, there are numbered items, paragraph items, and a lot of them. You will see heading, bookmarks, footnote, endnote, equation, and you will also see paragraph number, no context, paragraph number, paragraph text, and above. So as this is a bit more complex, so I'm just gonna skip it because this course is all about the basics. Okay, you can also go without using these tools. Okay, so let's go with comments first. Now an example, there is a text or eventually a paragraph. An example, we have this photo right here, right? So I'm just gonna select it, and then I'm gonna add in a comment, so when other people see it they might like see the comment or what I wrote. Okay, so after I selected the image, so I'm gonna click on comment, and you will see that my comment, if I add in some things, other people will also see it, and they might also like reply to it and resolve it. Okay, an example, this flower is yellowish. Okay, now I'm just gonna click on enter, and you will see that my comment will be saved on this flower. Okay, and other people will be able to see it and also reply to it. Okay, well, this is one of a social method. Now what I'm going to show you is header and footer and page number. Well, this is quite important in using a Word document and a lot of works and a lot of projects, or maybe eventually even an exam paper. You might see that there are like the same things, or even the same things bottom here. Well, those are added by header and footer. Most of the people don't just add, like skip in lines and then add it, but instead they just use header and footer so that they remain on the same line on every page and be aligned. Okay, then if you want page number, eventually you might like have a lot of pages when you start making a document. Okay, example, I'm gonna make like a lot of them. Okay, I'm just gonna like add a lot of them, and then you can see that there are 10 pages. You might be able to see your page from here, but when you print your document you might not be able to like guess which one or which page it is according to this document. Okay, so if you don't want to have the hassle or overcome the hassle, just click on this page number where you want your numbering to be. You can just select whichever place you want it to be, current position. If you have any data wherever it is, just click on current position and then you can just add in. But if you want like something else, like page margin, bottom page, top of page, all is doable. Just click on it and it will be done. So I'm gonna just add a page number wherever I want it to be. An example, I want it to be on the top of the page, but I think bottom page is better, right? So I'm just gonna click on whichever one I want, and now you can see in the footer you will see the number of the page. And if you want to add in data, an example, sometimes people like to add in the name of them. Okay, now an example, Sarah Connor. Now you will see that the same text will be added in all of the pages, so you don't have to like add in the data again and again, and you will see that all of them are aligned. If you want to add in more data, that is also doable. You can just add in data in whichever page you want, and all of the pages will have the same data. Sarah Connor, John Connor. Okay, you can see that John Connor has been added here too. Now what I'm going to do is add in poetry by, and you will see all of them has been added. So this is how your header and footer works. Next thing what we're going to learn about is this text box. So text box is not that important in your Word document, but when you have like a page, or maybe you don't have a place to add in text, an example, there's a shape, okay, and now you want to add in text in your shape, so you can just use this text box, or maybe even an image. So what I'm going to do is click on this text box, and you will see that there are some default text boxes which you can use in your Word document and make your document a bit more pleasing. And I just selected one of them, and now you can add in your data by cutting them, and then just add in your data, whichever one you want. Okay, or you can also draw a text box. To draw a text box, just click on shapes, and then you will see that text box option appears right here, and your cursor turns into this pointer, and then drag your mouse holding your left mouse key, and then create your own text box, and then you can add in your data or text from here. Now what I want to show you are these options, which are also the same thing, which are also like related to text boxing. Now what I want to show you is this explore quick parts. When you click it, you will see auto text, document property, field, building block organizer. All you have to know from here is this auto text. Okay, if you add an auto text, you will see that the auto text will be applied. Even if you click on here, just click on auto text, okay, it will appear right over here. Okay, if you had more data like copied in your clipboard, you can just use this, and you don't have to type it, you can just paste it. Okay, and document property are just properties. Okay, title, it will give you the title. Okay, I don't want any of those, so I'm just gonna go to this word art. So word art is also a kind of graphical tool, so it just helps you format your text and look a lot more interesting. So I'm just gonna add in a word called fish. Okay, now I want to change it into word art. So what I'm gonna do is just click on it and then click on word art, and you will see that there are a lot of types of word art here. Whichever one you want, just click on it. Okay, and you can also change the format, like the font. Okay, now I want it to look like this. Okay, I'm just gonna click on OK, and you will see that your text will turn into something like this. If you want to change your word art, you can just use it however you want it to be. It will just make your text look more interesting. That's it. You can change whichever one you want. Okay, now what I'm gonna show you is this option called add a drop cap. Okay, so what is a drop cap? So you will see how it works, right? If you click on none, it will be none, but when you select on drop, it will be, or your text will get to a specified place, which is the like left top. Okay, and then your data, okay, let's start with, so your data is gonna be written like this for a while, and then when this size is like this line ends, then it's gonna start your text from here. Let's just add in some data from here, enter, and yeah, we can see that the text has started from here. Okay, so when you use Okay, not this one, but when you use in margin, so your text is not gonna go under this, okay, but your line is gonna always start from here, aligned here. An example, your ruler is here, okay, enter. Okay, my bad, I didn't add in from here. I'm just gonna in margin, my bad. I'm just gonna add in some data. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is start texting from here. I can see that it doesn't go under the word F. Okay, so this is how it works, the tool works. Okay, you can also drop cap option however you want it to be. Okay, you can change the distance, line to drop, however you want it to be. You can just customize it and then just click OK and it will be applied. Now there is also an option called add a signature line, which is also a lot like header and footer, but you can just select on it, signature line, and it will just drop a bookmark type of thingy which will appear in each and every pages. So let's just skip it. If you want to add in time to your document on each files or each pages, you can just click on this time and date. It will just give you the date and your time. Okay, just click on OK and your date and time will be applied. Okay, it's doable, and you can update it automatically, and it will update automatically each time. Now the last thing, which is object. Okay, text from file. Okay, another one is object. Okay, so you can just select on whichever object you want and then just drop it here, displays icon. An example, I want the icon of Excel. Okay, let's do it spreadsheet. Spreadsheet also sounds good, but so Excel chart. Now you can see that this is an icon. Or let's start with Excel chart, displays icon. You will see the icon of Excel, and then when you click OK, when you click on this icon, you will be able to go to Excel. Okay, when you click on it, sometimes it might take a bit of time because it takes a lot of processing, and then it will appear right in your document. Now you can see that as it has been done, when you click on it, it will directly open Microsoft Excel for you. Okay, you don't have to like open Excel individually, like cutting it or minimizing it and then going to Excel, but instead it's just gonna do the same work for you by being inside Microsoft Word. Okay, so as I clicked it, now Excel will open up. Now you can see that Microsoft Excel has opened up. Now I'm going to do is just cut it. Now the last thing which remains is equations. So when you're going to add in equations, okay, so when you click on equation, there will be some default equation which you can use, or maybe even more equation from office.com, okay, or even like insert new equation, inc equation. All of them can be done. An example, I want Pythagoras theorem, so I can just add in data from here or change it. Okay, example like this, let's do it a square. You can add in this fraction and a lot of them, you can just go through them. Now this, as it is a basic, so let's just stick to basics. You can add an equation from here. You can also add equation or type in your equation. Okay, now the last thing which stands is symbol. So if you want to add in a symbol, just click on the symbol and you will see that some symbols are here, but when you click on more symbols, there will be a ton of symbols which you can choose from. When you're done with it, just click on the symbol and then just press insert and it will insert the symbol in your document. Okay, you can see that it's happening, right? It's quite easy. Now I'm going to add in more symbol over here, an example like this. Click on more and then click insert and your symbols will like keep on adding to your document, like the more you click on insert. Okay, so this is it for this lesson. Now let's move on to the next one. So welcome back to the lesson again. In this lesson we're going to learn about themes, adding in themes and modifying a bit of them. So if you want to add in themes, what you'll have to do first is go to the Design tab. Click on it with your left mouse key and you will see the Tools of Design tab. So we'll go all through them. Okay, so first off what we're going to learn about is themes. So what are themes? Okay, so themes are a set of modification, like pre-made modification or like formattings that are done. Okay, and you don't have to like modify them from scratch. So if you want to add in themes, what you'll have to do is click on this design and then you will see that there's an option called themes, and there are a lot of styles too. So if you want to click on or add in a theme, just click here and then you will see that there are a lot of themes to select from. And if you don't want any of the themes, just browse for themes online and you will save or see a lot of themes which you can use. But we're gonna stick to this right now, so whichever one you want, just select on it, click it with your left mouse key by dragging your mouse right over it. An example, I want this one, facet, and I'm just gonna click on it with my left mouse key. And you can see that the colors have changed. And if I add in data, and it will still remain on the same color. Maybe not this color, but some of the headings and some of the highlighted text will be of that color. Okay, now what I'm going to do is add in some data, which is also doable, right? Google Pixel would be iPhone 13. Well, let's just stick with this. Now if you want more themes, just click on whichever one you want, or you can just browse for themes, okay, in your PC, wherever you have it downloaded. You can download it from Microsoft Office store. It's also doable. Now you might want to change that's like your style of the theme. If you want to do it, just click on whichever one you want and it will like show you the difference of how it works, right? You might not see a lot of the difference, but when you go through all of them, you will see that there are some differences. Okay, you can change the color, whichever one you want, and it's doable. Okay, if you want to see like a lot of them, just select on whichever one you want. Okay, and this will be applied to your text or your document. Now let's head to colors. If you want to like change the color of it, you can just select on whichever theme color you want with your left mouse key and then the color will be applied. Now also the same thing, you can do text formatting from here too. Just click on this fonts and then you can just change the font. Okay, it's totally doable. Just click on it and then save and it will be applied to your text. Next thing which we have is paragraph spacing, also the same as line spacing, compact, tight, open, relaxed, and double. Okay, so when you just click on whichever one you want or just drag your mouse right over it, it will show you a small preview of how it looks like, and then you can just click on with your left mouse key so that it will be applied to your text. An example, I want to open, just I'm going to click on it and it will be applied to my text. If you wanna like set as default, it's gonna be set as default. Okay, now this formatting will be set as default. Now there are three more options right here, which is watermark, page color, and page border. So these are quite like important tools in making a Word document. So watermark, you know what watermark is, it's kind of a mark that stays on all pages or selected pages, okay, but it's kind of like transparent, so you can just add in data right over it. Okay, let's add in a watermark. An example, you work for a company and you want watermark in all of your photos, or maybe like in your document you don't want like your document to get copyrighted, okay, or maybe stolen, just as a security, so you want to add in a watermark. So to add in the watermark, just stay on this design tab, or if you're on home, just go to this design tab and then you will see watermark. If you can't find it, just search on watermark from here and then it will show you where watermark is and then you can use it. So when you click on watermark, you can see that there are 4 types of watermark which you can use from. Okay, so an example, let's just do this, which is the most basic one. Now you can add in watermark. Okay, now if you want to add in watermark, you can just custom watermark. Okay, text should be something like an example. Let's go with Astorin. Okay, now you can change the font, whichever one you want. Okay, size, the layout, if it should be horizontal, like if you want it to be horizontal, just keep it horizontal, but I want it to be diagonal, so I'm clicking on diagonal, so semi-transparent. But if you like do this, it's gonna be totally transparent. Okay, but I want it semi-transparent, so I prefer this. If you don't want any watermark, just click on it. And if you want picture watermark, you can also add in picture watermark. That's also doable. Now I'm just gonna click on OK, and you can see that it has been applied to your page. Okay, now you can see that if you add in more pages, the watermark will still stay. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is show you how you can add in page color. So if you want to change the page color, you can just click on this page color, and you can just select whichever type of color you want your page to look like. You can also select standard color, and if you want more color, just click on it, and then you can choose whichever color you want from here. And you can also add in custom color from here in this RGB panel, or you can also add in the hex code of it. Okay, next thing what I'm going to show you is the page borders. So if you have, obviously you have borders, but you can't see it, right? But if you want like add in colors to your page, you can just add it. So I'm going to do is options, and then you can just do it. Okay, an example, I want it to be like this. I'm gonna okay, and you will see that the type of borders that you want will be applied to your page. If you want a different one, just click on it. You will get the preview colors. If you want different colors, just click on it, or maybe like something more bright. Let's go with yellow, which is more visible. And you can also change the width, and just press OK, and you can see that your borders are applied to your text or the whole document. Well, this is it for this lesson. Now let's move on to the next one.